Hello YouTube, Anasa here. I'm back to talk to you about some things that I promised I would last video here. I was sharing with you a little bit about the illuminated quantum healing hypnosis technique. And this is a technique that I have been using now for 3 years with my therapies, with the people that I coach that come to me looking for guidance. And this guidance is only for them to get closer to themselves, right? So many times we find ourselves lost, and I think that finding ourselves lost is one of the best things that could happen with us, so we can really find truth within. With that being said, if you like my videos, if you want to watch more about this subject or any of the subjects that I have been talking about here, please subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notified when we have new videos coming in. I try to have every other Friday some new videos here for you. You can see my dog in the background. That's Diego. Hi, Diego. So it would be my pleasure to have this contact here with you. If you want to follow me on Instagram or just start a conversation with me, you can email me. All those informations will be here. Anyway, so continue on the subject. I told you that I would tell you a little bit more about my sessions, what happens in my sessions. Some of you are familiar with the work of Dolores Cannon, some of you are not. And today I wanted to talk about the 3 waves of volunteers. Dolores Cannon has a book that is called The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. And this is a subject that does come along a lot in the session, so I wanted to talk with you about it, explain a little bit about those 3 waves of volunteers, what they are, if you maybe receive some insight from this information, if you feel like it's something that resonates with you. Maybe get in touch so you can start a conversation, you can book a session too so you can get to know more within your own story what it is there to be revealed. So let's go ahead and start with this conversation of the 3 wave of volunteers and the new earth. So I touched a little bit in the subject of the new earth. The new earth mention it now about many mention it in many talks with spiritual teachers and mentors and even people that have been doing sessions or any other kind of work, channelers. So this information, it's coming from a higher source for sure. And the new earth is nothing more than this change, this revolution, this place in which we live in community, which we have different ways to treat each other, away from violence, away from taking advantage of each other, and many of the ways and the things that we see now that makes us sad, hatred, and all of those things. And the new earth is nothing that is separate from here, this place, right? So some people talk about being a parallel reality, which I believe that's the case. A parallel reality that exists right here, right now. And this parallel reality is something that you're jumping from and to every time that you change your own vibration, your own signature, your own frequency. That happens when you switch your own thoughts from a place of hatred or a place of taking advantage of others, that we all have been there, right? Our shadows and moments in which we feel jealous, or whatever is the feeling and the emotion that brings us into a lower vibration. And I like to let it clear here that lower vibration is not something necessarily that we should label as bad, right? Such as higher vibration label as good. It's just what it is. Sometimes what seems to be bad is an opportunity for us to say, this is not what I prefer. So I can change my way of thinking, I can change this vibration, and I can go to a place in which I prefer. Sometimes in some situations, which I'm not gonna go deep into here, but I'm sure that some of you can understand this. this point of view is that sometimes being into that lower vibration is a opportunity for self-discovery. It's an opportunity for us to really understand what we prefer to be, right? And to fulfill a role in whatever it is the part of our lives that we are living in. So no judgment here. We're free of judgment into this conversation. But the new earth, going back into the new earth, is this switch, this shift in which things will be less dense. So that is a density about the earth. That is a density about being in this physical body. It's not for any reason that we feel like sometimes heavy and like we're moving slow. It's the density of the third dimension reality. So Dolores Cannon and her work, right, with the quantum healing hypnosis and the work that she has done, she received many, many messages, and those messages are they were repeating over and over and over in different cases. So she would see someone in California, and maybe 2 months later she would see someone in Europe, and the same information would come. People that didn't know each other, people that had no contact at all, they would simply channel or bring it out from the subconscious, from the higher self, the same information. And over and over and over throughout the years, she received this information of the 3 waves of volunteers and the new earth. The 3 waves of volunteers are, the first wave was, so just going back a little bit, the information that she got is that those are souls that never incarnate on earth. They were closer to the source. They were aspects of the source that receive the message, receive that internal guidance that say, hey, earth and the earthlings are in need of help. They need to go back into this idea of that they are source. They need to remember certain things. Who volunteers to go there and help them with this awakening? But this is a trick. You're not going to remember anything. Every time you go to earth, that is a contract to erase everything. You're not going to remember who you are, but inside of you, that's going to be this urge and this wanting to help, to help into this transformation towards the new earth. So the first wave of volunteers are those that were born close to the end of the Second World War. And they would be now in their mid 70s. At the time that Dolores started talking about this, they were in the 60s. And those are the volunteers that had the hardest time with being on earth. Because they forgot everything, they had a really hard time with the things that they saw. You know, they had the sense of not belonging, not being from here, wanted to go home. Many of them end up in suicidal thoughts, and not wanting to be here, wanted to go home, not knowing where home was. So that's the first wave, and they had the hardest time on being on earth. They didn't really know what they were doing here, and it was really tough. So the second wave of volunteers, they will be now on their 40s. So I get into that category of the second wavers, and maybe you too. So just see if it resonates. The second wave of volunteers are those that come and have a little bit of an easier time. They understand a little bit of what they are doing here, but not completely. And they are leaders. They are naturally leaders. They are not somebody looking for attention. As a matter of fact, they don't like attention at all. They come because of that love for people, love to help, and they have this incredible energy field and aura that attracts people to them. And they're supposed to just hold this space with their energy. They're supposed to change your space with the energy that they have. And they don't like to be in crowds, even though that's the main goal of their coming here is to really increase the energy and the frequency of a space just by being, but they don't like to be with a lot of people because of this highly empathic characteristic of the second wavers. So they usually like to be alone. They are loners. They like to be at home by themselves. They work from home. So they are not with a lot of people, even though they should be. They and this work was a little bit easier than the first wavers, but still very challenging. Still very challenging for them to see so many things going on and not able to effectively do something because they're not supposed to do but just be. And that's the hardship that the second wavers find. They want to do it, they want to like get into action, but that is always something within the destiny and the universe that tell them, no, stay put, you're not supposed to do anything, you're just supposed to hold up so you can elevate the energy of the places. So those are the energy workers and energy healers. They're not working from home and they are very happy with everything that happened. Not very happy in the sense of what's happening with the pandemic and everything that everybody that's going through suffering, that actually hurts them a lot, but it's the fact that they can be home and they can do that works from home. And then the third wavers would be now on their 20 or so years old. They were the time that Dolores was talking about this subject. The babies, they're coming in and the kids, they're being misunderstood because of our society and the way that we see those kids, of the lack of attention that we label as, but in reality they are highly intelligent kids. They come really to be part of this revolution, and the last thing that they need is to be medicated, to receive some kind of medication to slow down. They don't have this focus and attention because the regular education or the education that we received for them is boring. They know everything. It's like they come knowing those things. They want things that challenge them, that creative. They are a puzzle to solve because they will come with the solutions for the guidance towards this new earth. They will be the ones that will come with ideas to help other kids or to help people in need, or even like to help within the problem that we have of destroying the resources on earth. So those are the third wavers, and you can see them all the time. We can see them within the new kids that are coming in. Just a personal observation, that is a lot of souls departing now. Like from time to time, that is a massive contract of souls departing and leaving for new ones to come in and work in this part of revolution. So I see many of my friends and my close friends getting pregnant and having incredible kids. They're like exuberant in light and happiness, and I see this happening, and I'm curious to know if some of you are seeing some of those signs too on this third wavers. And Dolores said in her work that those souls have never incarnated on earth would be the first time. The feeling that I have though personally is that some of the volunteers are coming back. So even though they didn't have a previous life on earth, they are coming back, they are returning, and they are like renewing that volunteering process and coming back. So they have a more experience in order to help towards this new earth. So, and then she talks about the new earth as well, right? So how does the new earth looks like? And like I said, it's something that is here, right now. And but we also have those bursts of understanding the new earth, of being on the new earth, or feeling like something is changing as we surround ourselves with people that have the same kind of thoughts and ideas. So many of us are thinking like of getting out of buildings and going into buying a piece of land and planting and living more sustainably. So that's the idea of the new earth. That's what I hope that with my work we can all awaken within us, that not necessarily going towards a destination, but going within to walk on this journey, to unite, to be together, to be closer together, to live a simpler yet happier life. That's it that I wanted to talk to you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, enjoyed the information here. Please comment, message me, let me know if you resonate with this information, if you feel like you are a volunteer or somebody close to you may be. And if you're curious about it, book a session with me or any other quantum healing, illuminated quantum healing or quantum healing hypnosis therapist. And so you can find out more, go into your subconscious mind and find out more of that information. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.